Hey there, in this video I'm going to show you how you can use a wheel of fortune or spin the wheel or whatever you want to call it, and I'm going to show you what you need to implement it in your chatbot. So first of all, in our case we use a Google Sheet to verify the prize that the user has won. So first you need a simple Google Sheet, and each prize is on a separate row. So each part of the wheel that you will see in your chat right here is actually a row in the Google Sheet. You have to copy those, and I'll show you where you can paste that in a second. Next to the Google Sheet you will also need this bot profit account, where you can easily create these wheels of fortune. And as you can see, we have a couple here. Let me check if I can show you a couple. Yep. So these are 3 different colors. You can see them right here. This one is random, so it will just generate random colors. The other one is red and white, and the other one is yellow and black. And you can also set an offset value, so it will just disappear on top of the screen a little bit. You don't have to. If you don't do that, you can see that here on the last one, the last card, then it will just be a full circle. But that's all entirely up to you. You can do whatever you want with that. So we have our Google Sheet, we have this bot profit section, and as you can see, all these lines here match the lines from your Google Sheet. And as a matter of fact, if you want less lines here, you'll just remove some of the rows, and then your wheel of fortune will also have less options. So you can actually just have 4 or 5 or maybe even more than 16, like 24 or whatever. That's up to you how many prizes you want to offer. And last but not least is the ManyChat flow. I'll just show you this simplified one I created for this small demo. There's a more extended version in your bot profit account. You can just download it right here from download template, and this one will just show you what I'm going to explain in this video. I'll try to keep it a little short and easy to follow, so let's just go over this flow. First of all, it will check if the spin wheel has started yet. This tag is set here at the end. As soon as you, for example, let's pick the middle one. As soon as you hit this button right here, I can try the medium. Oops, that's not. It will add the tag started spin wheel. So it will look for that in the beginning. So if this tag has been set, it will just skip to this section right here, where it will check if you have won a prize. And this is actually going to check in Google Sheets. That's what we do here. So you just get a row by value. Let me see if I can show you what that looks like here in the Google Sheet. Exactly. This is my spreadsheet. It's test MC. As you can see, it's the same as this one. And the worksheet is spin wheel codes. You can see that as well. It's here at the bottom, spin wheel codes. And we look in the column current prices. You can see that it's called current prices. The lookup value is the custom user field that we have set to store the result in. It's being assigned by an API call as soon as this wheel has stopped spinning, and we are going to look for a row, and if it matches we will set it to a test field. So that's what you do with the Google Sheet. And then if the test field has any value, it means that we actually verified that this spin the wheel value is also present in the Google Sheet. And if it did not match, you can just say that the user did not win. So you just go somewhere else. Let me see. You can go over here. Nice try. Unfortunately, you did not win. But if you set it up right, the user will almost always win because you have copied these rows into the options, the spin the wheel options. And let me see, next we go to this next section. How awesome is that? You won, and then you can obviously continue your flow or give your user some other information, whatever you want. In the extended version that you download from the Bot Profit account, there's also a section where you ask for the information like email and telephone number, and that's entirely up to you how big you want to make it. This is just the essential to make the spin the wheel work. These are some tags and subscriber fields that are being reset as soon as you click the retry button. And now we are getting to the fun part, and that is what happens if the condition in the beginning, the one that we checked right here, for a value if the spin wheel has already been started. If it hasn't, then of course we go right up here, and then this will be your first step in the flow. And that is what you can see here on the phone screen. Hi Paul, do you feel lucky? Which corresponds to what you see right here. So then you of course will try one of these cool features, and what you do here is, I'll explain it to you. This, by the way, on my phone is the extended version, which is in essence the same, but I will show you how you set that up. So let's go back to this sheet. Let's say, for example, you only want these 7 options. You copy those, you put them in here, like 7. I will save them as a new one, so I'll just name it a video demo so I know what it is later. And the vertical offset, that is how much you want to move it up. So let's say 15%. You have to play around with that a little bit because it looks different on various phones. So the default 40, actually on my phone it wasn't 40% up, it was like way up there, so that's why I'm only using 15% now. But you just have to check that out for yourself. There's a couple of preset values you can use. So like bankrupt, it will be this black one that says, oh my gosh, or gosh, whatever, you are bankrupt. And there's try again, bonus, and spin again, and if your user has that result, he can or she can try again. The winning promo code, that is the custom user field that we use to assign the winning value to. You can obviously choose another one if you see fit. The tag name, like already been scratched, and our What this does is once you scratched, or once you, I see I have to rename this by the way, because it's from the scratch cards. I have to rename that to spin the wheel, so I'll change that in a second. Anyway, what this does is when you spin the wheel and you just go back up in your chat and you try and cheat the system and spin the wheel again, it will check for this tag, and if it's already set, it will say, okay, sorry, but you have already used it for today. And you can of course set in your chat some sort of delay, and I think it's there in the extended version. You can set a delay which will auto reset this tag after like 12 hours or 24 or whatever you want. And here's your Facebook pixel. You can pixel the web view so you know who did your game. And then there's these colors, and I use this random color scheme. I like it. And then you can save this as a new one. I'll just save it, and now I have this new one right here, as you can see, and that's this one. And you will see at the bottom there is your link right here. Just click on it and it's being copied, and that link will be the link you put here in your web view button, and you can see this right here. I'll just change this one and remove the section that's like this. Yep. So basically I just changed the existing URL and just got this little identifier right here. Then you have to use your user ID right here. If you don't, you can't assign the custom user field, obviously, because that is needed. And the flow ID, that is different for this demo as well. I just put it down in a note in the flow. Let me grab it. It's right here. If you don't know where you can get this value, it is at the bottom where it says http ManyChat.com, and then you have your page ID, and then at the end there's this entire string. Let me just copy it for a bit. Let me just show you. The entire string on top of your screen is looking kind of like this, and then in the end it will show you this section, content, and then there's the date, and there's another value at the end. You just grab this section, which is your content ID, and you need that right here after flow equals. What this does is it tells the ManyChat API web view section that as soon as your result is submitted, it goes back to this flow. If you don't do that, it will just go back into this same flow, but you can also send your user to a totally different flow. It's also entirely up to you. It's just a feature you can use, and well, you should just play around with this or keep the default settings. So now we have changed this first spin the wheel part, and I will, instead of running our own set flow, I will just publish this one. I will show you the difference between the ones you see here in my flow, that's on my screen right now, which had 16 different prices. I'll show you what we just did was just reduce those to these 7 items, and you will see that our spin the wheel now only has 7 parts. I'll show you that if that is correct. Let me see, why am I not getting this? Let me see, my phone is not responding on my screen at all. It's pretty annoying. Oh, that's frustrating. What's happening here? Why is it unresponsive? Ah, there it is. I just have to drag it with my mouse. Okay, this is the first one is the one we just changed. So nothing but love. Let's run that, spin the wheel. You can see it's opening these 7 parts that we just filled in. So now I'll spin the wheel. You may hear the sound. Wait for it. And what did we win? Free pasta. Okay, it will automatically post the results back into your flow. Checking the price. And what will it say? Checking free pasta in sheets. You won. Will contact you shortly. This is of course the short version. You can also, as it is displayed in the extended version in the bot profit account, where it will also ask for contact information. But what you see right now, right here, is the simple path it will take. Like, check the result right here, then you get to this section, the heart. You can see it's right there. How awesome is that? We verified that you won. And just to show you how cool and easy this is, to wrap this video up, is what if we change this to all these sections again. Let's put 16 back in there. There you go. And we change the color to red and white. We just save the same settings. And we run this one again. It will probably say that I already did it, but we'll just... Yep, there we go. It's saying that we already won. But we'll just clear and retry. Obviously that is only there for your own testing purposes. You won't want to have your user clean and retry or clear and retry. But we changed our wheel, so let's check what happens if I run it again. It should be red and white now with 16 choices. And there we go. So it's extremely user-friendly. You just fill in a couple of fields, insert the link, and you'll see that your Wheel of Fortune is actually a load of fun. Free pasta again. Oh my gosh, I'm getting too thick from all these free pastas. But I'll show you what happens if I just try it again. As a bonus, you will see that it will just say you already tried it. Yep, there we go. So that's why you put your tag in there, so people can't abuse your system. So this wraps up this video for the Wheel of Fortune. As you can see, it's really easy. It will only take you about 15 minutes to set up, and you can have an unlimited number of wheels in your account. As you can see, we have a couple now, and you can change this to any amount you see fit. You can move this around up and down and change another to another color, and I think that's about it. So see you in the next video. Bye bye.